Guys, this is Khalessi Nikki again with Wiccan by Nature. I wanted to show you my plethora of books. Some I've read, some I have not, some I have started, but I do plan on reading them all. But I do love books, so I'm constantly getting in new books all the time by different authors. And because if you don't try different authors, you're always gonna get the same perspective. And in this path that we have decided to be on, you need different perspectives from other people. So, without further ado, I'm going to show you my books. These are all the books that I currently have that have all they have to do with witchcraft or Wicca, paganism, herbs, crystals, sabbats, gem water, crystal grids. And here is my baby. Everybody say hello to Gabby. Gabby. Say hey. That is my baby. That is my little fur baby. She is precious. Okay, I'll start out with, I do have 2 decks of tarot cards. This was my very first deck. I absolutely love this deck of cards. I used them quite a lot. Their graphics are just the graphics of these cards are just beautiful, and I mean, you can tell I've read through this book. It's like all been up and stuff, but I'm learning and I'm trying to learn how to do tarots based on intuition and what I think when I pull a card. But I mean, look how beautiful. I don't know if you can tell the light in here, but look how beautiful the river and how it means movement. I mean, these cards are just gorgeous. But I really like them. I find them very true every time I have done a reading on myself. I have never done one on anybody else. Okay, now we're finally getting the box closed. Here is another set. I've only opened it and looked at it. I've actually not used it. But the cards are awesome. They're very different when it comes to graphics. I think he spent a lot of time on making these. It's a 78 card deck, so yeah, this was pretty great. But I need to use it, see how it works. Let me show you some stuff that I have for my Book of Shadows. I want one of the big, pretty Practical Magic leather bound Book of Shadows, but I think I'm actually going to make my own big Book of Shadows with my crafty husband. But these are a few things I've been saving, like I printed off. Here's a picture of the goddess, another picture of the goddess or Mother Earth, and one of my favorite sayings: water our blood, air our breath, earth our body, and fire our spirit. Yeah, so I just have a few of these. And then stress relief. It's a great thing, and this is a little spell or chant that will help with stress relief. So, and I have tons of this in my life, or yeah, I still do. And then these are just some fun facts about like periwinkle, different things, headache banishing spell, and then this is stuff that I've been keeping over time, where I've talked to different people on the internet and talked about different things and trying to figure out where I fit into this paganism. And I've come across some pretty interesting things, like I could do weather divination, and so I call myself a sea witch. Okay, where do we start now? Alrighty, Christopher Penczak. He is a great author. I have 3 of his books. They're kind of like you read them and do the lessons and the exercises and the assignments that are in the books, and you really do get a lot out of them. I have the Inner Temple of Witchcraft, Magic, Meditation, and Psychic Development. And then I have the Shamanic Witchcraft, which is Shadow Spirits and the Healing Journey. Then I have the Living Temple of Witchcraft, which is the Descent of the Goddess. And I have started them all. I've just not finished them. And then here is a Year in a Day book by Timothy Roderick. It's a really, really, really good Year in a Day book. It actually goes day by day. Each day he tells you the materials that you will need for that day to do your studying, and he goes through the Sabbats and the Esbats and just your basic stuff: air, earth, fire, and water, spirit, and how to deal with things. And I started this and it was really well, but then I got to start one online with Flora Peterson, so that's what I'm doing, and she's absolutely wonderful. Deborah Leap, The Study of Witchcraft, A Guide to Advanced Wicca. I really didn't find this book as intriguing as it sounded. It was basically just a scheme, or a skim over everything else I've already learned. Got to have the big book of Encyclopedia of Crystals. I mean, the pictures in this book are just ravishing. I mean, it's amazing. But that's by Judy Hall, and that is awesome. And I also have another crystal. I have the smaller version. I have the Crystal Bible by Judy Hall, and they're both really, really, really good references for stones, trying to figure out their properties and things like that. Because I used to carry this, even though it's kind of thick, I used to carry this one with me when I would go shopping, so I would kind of know what I was looking for when I was looking for stones when I was first learning. This is a really good book. This one right here is a staple for any witch. I know some of Silver Ravenwolf's books can be kind of pointed towards teens, and she talks about the same things in basically all her books. But this one's really, really good. It's her Book of Shadows for New Generation, and it's a really, really good reference, because I mean, she talks about everything: the moon cycles, the it is full of information. This one is great. I have come back to this one time and time again. For the blessings, I love her meal blessings and stuff like that, and the Charge of the Goddess that she has in here, and she has recipes and stuff like that. So this one was really, really good, and you see I've gotten pretty far in this book. I'm almost to runes, which is good. I had this was one of my first books I had. Let's see, Natural Witchery. This was a great book. I read it 3 or 4 times. She is just, Ellen Dugan is just awesome. Her books are great. I love that she puts, there's quizzes in here. This one actually is more based for people that are wanting to know how intuitive they are. If they're, it has an empath quiz in there. It tells you how empathic or how psychic your abilities are. And I took the empath quiz, and I am very empathic. So, which I kind of already knew, but I really didn't know what that meant. And this book tells all of that, and it tells what to do, how to shield yourself. And another really neat thing is she has quotes in this book from different people throughout our history. And this one is from Albert Einstein, and he talks about intuition. The intellect has little to do on the road to discovery. There comes a leap in consciousness, call it intuition or what you will. The solution comes to you and you don't know how or why. The truly valuable thing is in the intuition. For some reason, I could never say that all right together.